Thank you, everyone. We got to work on my initials. VD is usually use VGD. Anyway, that's just, Mom. We got to work on that, Mom. So, 3 pleasant firsts this evening. I know. I've lived with it all my life. The initials. 3 pleasant firsts tonight. It's a real honor to accept this award on behalf of the entire CIBC team. While I'm up here, I always say that banking's a team sport, and we can't do it without the team, and we have a great representation from the CIBCers here in the crowd, so thank you. Another great pleasure of a first tonight is Dave McKay had something nice to say to me. And about me. The only thing he didn't say is they're a great bank. I know he thinks that deep inside. And he did give me those blocks, and this is the first time I'll be able to squeeze something and have stress relief from competing with RBC. Thank you, Dave. Kidding aside, you create a lot of stress for us, so thank you for chairing the dinner tonight. It's a real honor to be up here with you. And it's a real first to be in the Royal York Hotel and get a sunburn sitting at our table. So next year we'll have to bring in the SPF 60. I'm going to put kidding aside for a second and talk about the seriousness with which we're here tonight. I'm a capitalist. I think we're all capitalists. We all believe that our country can only be better if it grows and prospers. Yes, it must benefit everyone, that's for sure, but it also must grow and prosper. And while the free market and the invisible hand is often quoted by capitalists, the Adam Smith Wealth of Nations book as being the singular source for that growth, I was influenced long ago by another person who coined a book, The Visible Hand. His name is Alfred Chandler, and he wrote about American capitalism and the shaping of American capitalism in the 19th century. And he said it was leaders and managers that actually shaped the strength of the U.S. economy in the 19th century and brought it to where it is today. It is still the deepest capital market in the world. And that visible hand played a very significant role. That visible hand is also something that needs to play a very important role in our economy today as managers and as leaders, whether we work in private sector or public sector, to help grow the economy. I'm the beneficiary of the visible hand. I'm the beneficiary of a government policy that opened the doors to Canada to immigrants, and my parents came here with not a penny to their name, with an elementary school education, with great hope, and that policy opened the door. Mom, you're here tonight. I love my mother to death, but she still uses a passbook. We're working on that. A CIBC passbook, Dave. Since 1964. I had to add that in too. She had a role in shaping my life. I also am the beneficiary of Josie, who's joined us here tonight, who was my first boss at CIBC when I was 19 years old and I applied for a teller's job. And she made sure we always balanced and got out so we can get out for the Thursday night and Friday night parties we all wanted to go to. She remembers me from the time I had the Sears Paperman route. The visible hand of Sue DeBarno, who brought me into the wealth management business and lured me away from McKinsey & Company back in 1997. And Sonia Baxendale, who brought me into CIBC in 2005. They're all here. And the present, John Manley, our chairman, who helped, probably had a hand in where I am today. Thank you, John. Joanna Mahabir, who's been my great executive assistant since 2002. And Jennifer Laidlaw, who's helped with the CIBC team shape our presence in advancing the cause, but more importantly, the opportunity, because it's not a cause, it's a business opportunity of gender diversity. And there's also the future. My son, Nicholas, who's 15, and like your son, Jack, is the future. And I say, Nick, when you run that company or run that fund or have whatever job you have, make sure that you have the best men and women in equal proportions beside you, because you are the future. And of course, my wife, Maureen, who now is on 3 boards And you know, getting back into the board work and getting back into the world of business, she didn't have the confidence. She's got a Harvard degree, a Boston College law degree, helped bring me to Canada, bring me back to Canada, and now is back in there. And like, you know, at the beginning I said, there's a confidence problem here. We got to get you back out there. And now the confidence is there, and now I got to watch out for it. But you have been the steady state in my life, past, present, and future. I only say this because policy is one thing. Putting it into action and making real people have an impact on your life is where the rubber meets the road. And the people tonight at my table, and those of you here from CIBC, are people who had an impact on my life. Thank you.